Want to welcome everyone to the weekly Mayor's Press Conference. The Mayor is currently out of town and asked me to oversee the media conference of this morning. We have three announcements, and this morning we will begin with Joe Gearing, who is our Stormwater Manager, and he has an announcement about an educational opportunity coming very soon. And Joe, why don't you give us the details of what this is all about?
All right. The Ohio EPA recently performed their most intense study of the Ottawa River and its tributaries. On June 20th, Ohio EPA will be in town to conduct three activities explaining the results of the recent study. They are calling this the Ottawa River TMDL event. There'll be a technical presentation from 9:30 to 11 at the Cambridge Center. The EPA is expected to present the tributary data and the status of the river. From 11:30 to 12:30, there'll be the Ottawa River Coalition will be doing some presentations along the stream side. This will be near the intersection of Pine and Elm. It is suggested that to bring a sack lunch and a lawn chair, but at this time the program would be conducted on the green space next to the river walk by the Ottawa River. There'll be some short presentations given on a variety of projects, and also some displays on there at there as well. From 1 to 3 at the same location, there'll be a demo and environmental fair. This is where the Ohio EPA will have their field people in the river and discuss how they conduct their tests, and they'll measure and determine the water quality and health of the river, and also their findings from the particular site. There'll also be an aquarium up on the lawn for display and observing the different types of species of fish that they catch. In the event of rain, that will be at the Cambridge Center as well. And then from 5:30 to 6:30, there'll be a public meeting. That will be at the Cambridge Center, and that's aimed at the general public and providing information of the health of the Ottawa River and the studies the EPA has conducted over the past 2 years.
Great. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
This is really a neat opportunity for us to learn more about the Ottawa River and the life that it sustains. We've often heard a lot about the river and the quality of the river, and the fact that the EPA is coming here to do a demonstration project on this stretch of the water, on this stretch of the Ottawa River there at Pine and Elm, is really significant because it's a success story. The river is much healthier than it has been in decades, and really what is going to be of interest, at least I think is very interesting, is the 1 o'clock demonstration where the EPA will actually wade into the water, and I won't spoil the surprise, but they will actually do a count of fish and other aquatic life in that section of river. So, you know, if people are available and interested in this, either the 11:30 session where they talk about stream issues or at 1 o'clock where they will actually wade into the river and count all the life in this stretch of river, I think is really going to be eye-opening and very much of interest to those who can attend. So that's June 20th, and Pine and Elm is right there where at the river walk as it goes underneath the tunnel. Just east of the tunnel is where they will be gathering. There's a large green space there. There's also a city-owned parking lot directly across the street from the Thai restaurant on Pine Street. That parking lot will be, the gates will be open and parking will be available and plentiful on that site. Next we have with us Lieutenant Coon of the Lima Police Department. He's going to talk to us about a issue that came up a couple of weeks ago at Council, and as we all, both administration and Council, began discussing this issue, found out that we needed to educate ourselves a little bit about what's permitted and what's not permitted on our streets. And Lieutenant, why don't you talk us through this? What's this all about?
Good morning. I am Lieutenant Pat Coon from the Lima Police Department, and today I'm here to talk to you about two separate but interconnected issues. The first issue is with the mini scooters, mini bikes, and mini motorcycles. The second is with the motorized wheelchairs. With the warmer weather and the schools being out of session, an increase in activity with these vehicles and devices is occurring. You guys are seeing them all over the place. The Lima Police Department would like to remind the community of safety and legal issues about these vehicles and these devices. On the first issue of the mini bikes, mini scooters, and mini motorcycles, many of these vehicles are primarily directed towards sales for teens and preteen operators. Many complaints come in from members of the community who have purchased these vehicles and show that the purchaser is not aware of the laws and that the places selling these vehicles have nothing posted indicating these issues. With the operator of these vehicles being younger, the top issue of safety for the operator and those around them is paramount to a community and to us. This was recently highlighted by an 11-year-old who failed to stop at a stop sign on one of these vehicles. The resulting collision with another vehicle on the roadway severely injured the youth. Motor scooters, mini bikes, mini motorcycles are illegal on Ohio's roadways unless they are titled, registered, covered by proper financial responsibility, and the individual operating the vehicle has a valid motorcycle license or motorcycle endorsement. Many of the small electric and gas-powered vehicles which are sold in local department stores, through the internet, or on street corners do not fit the criteria to be titled to be registered or to be registered. For roadway travel, the vehicle must have a seat and be designed to travel on not more than 3 wheels in contact with the ground. The vehicle must have proper brake lights, turn signals, headlights, horn, rearview mirrors, and other safety equipment. The operator must be properly licensed and using proper safety equipment as outlined within state and local laws. If the vehicle fits the criteria to be ridden on the roadways, an individual must have the vehicle inspected by the Ohio State Highway Patrol. If the vehicle passes that inspection, they can then have it titled and then registered. The owner must carry financial responsibility coverage on the vehicle. Also, the driver must be at least 16 years of age with a valid motorcycle license or motorcycle endorsement on their driver's license. The reason for the need for the motorcycle license or motorcycle endorsement is Ohio Revised Code Section 4501C states, in part, motorcycle means every motor vehicle other than a tractor having a saddle for the use of the operator and designed to travel on not more than 3 wheels in contact with the ground, including but not limited to motor vehicles known as motor-driven cycle, motor scooters, or motorcycle, without regard to weight or brake horsepower. This thereby classifies these vehicles as motorcycles. The public needs to be aware, in most cases, these vehicles cannot be driven on public property or roadways within the city of Lima. This would include sidewalks, roadways, bike paths, and city parks. Operation in violation of state or local ordinances could result in traffic and or criminal charges to the operator and or owner or person in control of the vehicle. Now on to the second issue, which is the motorized wheelchairs. With the increased availability of motorized wheelchairs and similar type mobility devices, there's been an increase in these devices being operated upon the roadways. With that, some questions have come in about in reference to their proper use in the public ways. Motorized wheelchairs and similar mobility devices are regulated under Ohio Revised Code 4511.491. This section of law states, every person operating a motorized wheelchair shall have all the rights and duties applicable to a pedestrian that are contained in this chapter, except those provisions by the nature can have no application. With that, it is necessary for the safety of the occupant of the wheelchair to follow the same duties as a pedestrian, including the use of sidewalks, where adequate sidewalks are available. Where adequate sidewalks are not available, they will need to be upon the roadway following the same guidelines and regulations as a pedestrian. The Lima Police Department's presentation on these subjects is primarily for the safety of those operating the motorized wheelchairs and similar type devices, as well as the motor scooters, mini bikes, and mini motorcycles. But we would be remiss if we did not also state the local or the legal aspects of their operation or use. If anyone have any questions on the use of these vehicles, you may contact the Lima Police Department's front desk at 419-221-5264. Thank you.
Thanks, Lieutenant. And I guess I just want to clarify. First of all, thank you for bringing the exhibits of these two-wheel vehicles that are considered motorcycles. I don't think most of us really understood that they were in the same classification. Secondly, if wheelchairs, motorized wheelchairs, are to follow pedestrian rules, and if there's a sidewalk and the sidewalk is serviceable, then they should stay on the sidewalk.
Correct.
But if they are not, then can you clarify if they are in the lane of traffic, should they be going against traffic or with traffic?
Yes, if they're on the roadway where an adequate sidewalk is not available, they need to be going against traffic as a pedestrian should be, as if there was no sidewalk.
That clarifies that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Next, we have with us Chief Kevin Martin, who is going to announce and introduce new officers. Welcome.
Thank you. A few weeks ago, when I was here to announce our last round of promotions, I said then that those promotions would create yet new vacancies that would have to be filled, and so I am actually here today to follow up on that and to announce then our two most recent promotions. The first one is Lieutenant Ronald Holman, who now in his position of lieutenant, in addition to his other normal duties, is also our SWAT team commander. And so he is actually not able to be here today because he is attending some training directly related to his new SWAT commander duties. But Ronald Holman was born and raised in Jackson Township outside of Lafayette. He is a product of Allen East High School, having graduated in 1993. He attended the University of Toledo, where he received an associate's degree in law enforcement technology and a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Ron and his wife Kim, who is a Lima Police Department communication operator, are the proud parents of 3 sons. He was appointed to the position of police patrolman for the city of Lima on September 23, 1998. On September 8th of 2004, Sergeant Holman was then appointed to the SWAT team. He was promoted to police sergeant on February 19th of 2007. And on May 21st, 2012, he was promoted to the position of police lieutenant. Lieutenant Holman, his primary duty is he is assigned currently as the commander of our afternoon watch or second shift, which is from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And again, he was not able to be here because of his training duties, but I'm very much looking forward to him going forward in that position. I think he will be a fine asset to the department. Next, who was able to be here, whether he wanted to be or not, is now Sergeant Nicholas E. Hart, who was born and raised right here in Lima, Ohio. He's a product of Elida High School, having graduated in 1996. He was appointed to the position of patrolman for the Lima Police Department on March 8, 2004. Officer Hart received his basic peace officers training at Apollo Career Center Peace Officers Academy in 2004. And on May 21, 2012, was the date that he was officially promoted to police sergeant for our department. He's currently assigned as a first shift sergeant, which again would be from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. As a supervisor or sergeant for that shift. But in addition to that, Sergeant Hart is also now the supervising member of our police K-9 team. And so with that, I am going to allow Officer Hart to say a few words. Or excuse me, Sergeant Hart. I forgot already.
I'd just like to say thank you very much for this opportunity. My family and I are very happy that I was able to take this very important step in my career with the Lima Police Department. I'm excited about my new duties and increased responsibilities within the department that the position entails, and I will make attempts throughout my career to exceed the expectations of the Lima Police Department and the citizens of the city of Lima. That's all I have.
Great. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chief, and congratulations, Sergeant. And that is the end of our weekly Mayor's Press Conference. Next week, Mayor David J. Berger will be in attendance to conduct this. Thank you.